What's up, guys? So I guess this is like officially part of the rebuild. We are 5 days post marathon now. I've been having some pretty bad shin pain. I started noticing it a couple of weeks before the marathon, but so for right now we're gonna play a little safe and we're just gonna ride 30 minutes a day, and then we're gonna get after it with a chest workout, just something light, nothing crazy. I haven't touched weights since November, so I know no matter what, it's gonna wreck my body and be pretty sore. All right, peace. All right, so I guess we're recording the workout now. I said peace at the end of the bike because I was kind of basically embarrassed to show my lifts. If you've been following me at all on Instagram for the past basically 10 years, uh, I did not want to show a rebuild after basically not lifting for almost 6 months, kind of a little more than that. So we are today doing a push day. As you can see, doing some close grip bench. I used to powerlift a lot, so I don't really wide grip bench anymore just because I actually want to develop my chest more. I'm not really going for strength at this very moment. We'll see if that changes in the future. But other than that, I think I'm going to try and do some shoulder press and then maybe some hammer curls. And then outside of that, or not hammer curls, skull crushers. Sorry, my lifting terminology has kind of lost me since it's been a while. But other than that, I'm going to keep it pretty easy, and we'll end it with some core and then some stretching. Most of my workouts aren't supposed to be anything crazy yet, just because we are only 5 days past my marathon. My body took a pretty good beating, as I kind of mentioned about my shin and stuff like that. Like it's been pretty rough. I've noticed it walking around, rocking my son and stuff like that. So probably for the next 4 or 5 days, we're only going to ride the bike. Um, we might try and trap bar deadlift. If not, might leave it to some elevated hinging movements, stuff like that. As you can see, I mean, I'll show you guys a little later, but we're just working with a little basement gym that never fully got set up after we moved here. So I'll try and nickel and dime that over the course of the next, I don't know, month or so. I am leaving for a little bit, so we'll have a change of scenery, get a legit gym to work out in for a little bit, and then I start a big boy job after that since we're getting out of the military. But other than that, we're gonna do one more set of bench, and then yeah, we'll probably move over to shoulder press and absolutely hate my life that I'm only doing 55, 65 pounds again. I guess I can talk it through since I got a mic. So for me, my biggest focus right now, especially while I'm doing close grip and with my feet up, is being an ex power lifter, someone who liked benching a lot. I benched 320 at my heaviest when I was only like 180. And I'm only 5'6", so to me that was pretty big. We will leave it there, otherwise I'm gonna absolutely feel destroyed tomorrow. But like I was saying, because I was so focused on powerlifting for most of my lifting career, I mean, I did some bodybuilding shows and stuff like that, but um, I used to bench pretty wide. Did not really care about my chest development. Once I kind of stopped bodybuilding, I kind of lost the love for the training of that. I just cared about being strong. And outside of that, I've noticed I neglected a lot of my actual chest. So I moved it to close grip, so right around shoulder width instead of pretty wide. And feet are up because I'm tired of arching. And I'm really good at using leg drive on the bench. I don't know when it really started, but I mean, I started benching like that when I was 19. And then I've always benched with a pretty heavy arch, really good at leg drive. It's kind of transitioned to like when I did ollie lifting and stuff like that. But because of that, we are moving our feet up, trying to use solely, chest, tries, shoulders, that kind of thing. So, all right, till the next movement. All right, here we are, shoulder press with a whopping 65 pounds. I'm shooting for 10 reps. We'll see. I'll be honest, the bar kind of felt a little heavy. Not proud to say that, but it is what it is. Whoops. All right, good to know. This is my first time lifting in my basement, so I did not know that I could not lock it out. I thought I was short enough where that wouldn't be an issue, but oh well, it's no biggie. I can move it to see that I got a adjustable bench around here somewhere. If not, then we'll just do what I did. Keeps muscle tension, not necessarily lockout. I'm not doing any ollie lifting anytime soon, so no biggie. I just gotta make sure I don't hit the ceiling since I got a pregnant wife taking a nap upstairs. All right, probably the last movement. As much as I'm kind of enjoying this, I know if I do too much, I'm not going to hit another push day for a while. So, same focus as my bench. Feet are going to be up. We're doing some skulls. Nothing crazy. Only got 20 pounds. We're just really out of practice, so there's no need to try and push anything heavy. Just getting back into things. Nice. So with running being the main focus for the foreseeable future, I probably will not be doing a push-pull leg split or really anything like that. I have something that I've kind of been creating. It's 2 full body days. Start with some plyometrics, do a power movement, do 1 or 2 strength movements, and then some accessory stuff for some running, core, and stuff like that. Still going to be trying to run 5 days a week for right now. Later down the line when I start getting back into another marathon prep, which is going to be a while, but we'll start running 6 days, and if my body can hold up, maybe even 7 at that point, because I'm going to be trying for a Boston qualifying time for next fall, so fall of 2027. And as of right now, you need like a 255-ish, even slightly faster than that to qualify. So even if I don't qualify for Boston, as long as I can qualify for like Chicago or something like that, just one of the majors around, that would be awesome. I mean, the end goal is Boston because that is just the pinnacle of marathon running for America. It's just an awesome course. I mean, it's been running for what, like 80, 90 years or something like that. So that'd be awesome to be able to go run. Um, yeah, but mainly I'm just kind of doing the push pull leg thing just to get the hang of things again, just moving some weight, nothing crazy. All right, that's gonna wrap at least the lifting portion of this day up. All right, sorry. The worst part about having a basement gym when you still haven't completely moved in is you're always moving dirt in and out. So with that, I'm gonna start doing some mobility. Have not stretched yet. I did. I mean, I've done some pretty light things, but reading online, it said to stay away from any heavy, intense. What's it called? Stretching days. Really not doing anything crazy. So I've stayed away from that. Just kind of let the soreness play out, and then just been eating, sleeping. Doing the normal things for recovery. But now we're gonna do some actual stretching since I've hit day 5. God damn it! Why is this taking so fucking long? But while I'm stretching, gonna talk some goals for the foreseeable future. I know I talked about Boston qualifying and stuff like that, but outside of that, because that's the long-term picture, besides getting back into lifting a little more and not going 7 months without doing that again. So timeline sake, I have a 5K that's coming up in June. I guess we can take this out for big picture first. So I just ran 3:25 for my marathon, and realistically, I need to drop 30 to 35 minutes in a year and a half. Now, is it doable? Yes. Is it a stretch? Some people, yeah, they think so. So good. I like a challenge. I'm dedicated. I'm very goal driven with lifting and my fitness endeavors. So that is good to know that this is a challenging goal of mine, which is what I've always strived for, is doing hard things. But with that being said, speed development is the biggest thing for the foreseeable future. Obviously, I need to get my mileage up. I really only averaged about 40 miles for this past. I had some weeks in the 50s, and then I peaked at a 58 for my hardest peak week before I started tapering down for the marathon. So my mileage is not crazy, and I know looking online, watching YouTube, Instagram, doing the whole social media scavenging thing. Most of those runners that are running in the like sub 3 are 60, 70 miles a week kind of people. So over the course of the next year and a half, we are slowly going to be increasing the volume of mileage. But before we start really diving into volume, since obviously if I talked about my shin bothering me, having a little bit of a shin splint and stress fracture history in my right leg, kind of taking it a little slow with the volume to come back. So the main portion for now is going to be speed development. My last 5K, which was ironically during my marathon prep, my town just hosted a random 5K for Valentine's Day, and on Saturdays normally I did like a 1 mile warm up, 3 mile. I wouldn't call it like a full on 5K, but you're pushing good pace, and then you do some like mile time 30-second intervals in there, and then a 1 mile cool down. So it really was only like a 5-6 mile workout depending on which one it was that week. But because of that, I just said screw it, since it was on a Saturday, and instead of doing the smart thing and just kind of pushing myself at like a 7-minute pace, nothing crazy, just doing what I normally did on those days, I full sent it. And with that full send, I did 1950, which isn't anything crazy. I think it's like I don't know, I can't remember the exact split time. It was like a 6:20 something, 6:30 something, somewhere around there, which is still pretty solid for not training speed. And my mile time is only, well, last time I checked, was only 5:49, but that was right after my half marathon last year, so that was a while ago. Whew, this was good. But yeah, with speed being the main focus for the next basically, I think it's 12 weeks, give or take, something like that. It's June 27th is my 5K. So with that, we'll do a little bit of recovery for this week. Next week, we might introduce running towards the very end. Not 100% sure. And then I'm going to Colorado for 3 weeks to go. I'll process the military, but that's when I'll kind of really ramp up getting back into training, running probably low 30s in the mile or like miles per week, and then really start doing some track workouts, maybe some threshold stuff. And then basically right after the 5K, 3 weeks later, my brothers, they're new to running, but they asked me if I wanted to run a half marathon with them. So we're doing one in Atlanta, July 18th. And it might be ambitious, but I'm going to try and shoot for a sub 130. Strava seems to think it's possible. So do I. It's just a matter of I'm not doing a full block for that. I'm not tapering for that. It'll basically be I'm going to do my 5K and then kind of just start ramping up training. And it's only 3 weeks after. So really, it's just like a peak for the 5K, a deload week, just if I need it. We'll see how my body feels after trying to go sub 19. So, and then after that, we'll be basically starting to build up some mileage, do a couple long thresholds in the 2 weeks before, and then we'll send it. if they don't want to be paced, I know one of them wants between 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Realistically, I think he's like a 210. This is a little heavier, so we'll see. And then the other one's completely new to running, but he's always been skinny and pretty good at running. So there's a good chance that he knocks out a good time. But with that, those are kind of like the two main goals I have in the foreseeable future. And then I think after half marathon is when we're really just going to start I'm not going to call it a marathon prep, but basically a good marathon base build. We'll start slowly increasing volume. I think at that point we'll be at like 45 miles a week, maybe 50. And then I think over the next 3-4 months, we'll probably try and jump that up to about 60. And that should lead us into about winter time when obviously you got holiday season, things kind of slow down. It gets really cold. I don't have a treadmill yet, and I have a baby girl due in October, so that'll be something I'm definitely going to need soon. Is um, getting the treadmill, because if anybody has kids and stuff like that, like I got a toddler already, so I was running at 4, 5 in the morning, basically before everyone got up. But if I got a little one who's getting up in random times, the wife needs a break occasionally, and if I'm not at work and the only time I have to run is 9 p.m., then ideally I'd rather not be out an hour away somewhere waiting for my run. And if I can just be down in the basement with the treadmill, then you got to do what you got to do. Family will always come first to me. So yeah, I think that's really about it. And then I have not fully planned out all of my running past winter. I'm not gonna say I have like a full legit plan. I've been working with Chat GPT. I tried some other ones, Perplexity, and then what else did I try? Gemini, but they weren't as responsive when I kind of told them who I wanted them to model training from, and progressions, and dealing with my past injury of my shin and stuff like that. So um, yeah, so we're working with ChatGPT. I have a whole project. I do pay for ChatGPT, but that's because I'm in the tech field, so I use it a lot for different things. Um, but with that, I've tailored it specifically for the next 16 weeks right now, and I really like the plan. I have a bachelor's in exercise science, so I'm not gonna say I know what I'm doing when it comes to programming running, since even I'm still new to this. I've only been dedicated running for the past 16 months, basically, not even a year and a half. I mean, I ran a little bit once I got out of college and was prepping for the military and did 10K and stuff like that, but not to this extent like what I've been doing for the past year and a half. Oh, yeah, that feels good. But yeah, with that, obviously I'm just gonna play kind of by ear with them, or with ChatGPT. I like what it's put out. I've used them for some other just like lifting things in the past, and it's done really well. I Last time I had a stress fracture in my shin. I got it from rucking in the military. I decided I was gonna try and go. Well, I think it was a 10-mile ruck, 40 pounds on my back, and I was trying to go under 10 minutes per mile. Something stupid. I'm a goal achiever, but something I should not have tried to do, especially right after a half marathon. I didn't really give my body that much of a rest. And then I felt it. We were going down a hill, and I was running probably 8, 7 minute per mile, or at that exact moment, like 7 or 8 minute mile pace. And yeah, I just felt something wrong in my shin, and then it just kind of flared up over the next couple of weeks. But basically, because of that, I had to stop running. All October? Yeah, basically all of October into November. So with that, I hopped into basically triathlon training. I didn't end up doing a triathlon, but I mean, I hopped on the really nice spin bikes. The ones that tell you your power output, miles, the RPMs, basically all of that. And then I learned how to swim. Obviously, I know how to swim, but like you know what I mean when it comes to like actually training, because that's a completely different beast. But yeah, I used ChatGPT for that, and I went from barely being able to swim. I'd say probably I wouldn't even say 50 meters. I don't know if I could have when I first started if I could make it 50 meters. But by the time I basically finished up and I got back into running, and then life kind of happened, so I gave up on that and just got back into running a lot. Um, but yeah, I had done a 400-meter swim. I had done some long distance, or quote unquote long distance, but for someone who only swam for 6 weeks, it was pretty long. But it was really cool, and it was really good at programming. I would give it and update it daily. So for any of you who don't really have a direction of how you want to train, don't want to pay for a coach yet because you don't know exactly where you're at, highly recommend working with some sort of AI model, tailoring it specifically towards the goals you want and stuff like that. It's a huge help. It definitely knows what it's doing, but it comes down to if you know what you're doing. So look online. There are prompts and stuff like that to help you. Um, yeah, basically outside of that, I know I just kind of rambled and I think I lost my train of thought. So outside of that, I think I'm probably gonna call it. My legs are hurting. I'm probably overdoing it on the stretching. So until the next time, peace out. Thanks for watching.